universal health care. You've heard about that, right? Medicare for all. Health care is a human right. Free health care for everyone. No premiums, no deductibles, no copays, no limits, and no pre-existing conditions. Now, these are some of the promises that you are being given if certain candidates get elected. Now, first, such a promise is based on getting 2 houses of Congress to agree, which is about as certain as having the tooth fairy leave you $100,000 in cash under your pillow for your next tooth. But only one candidate has been fairly honest in telling you that to get health insurance for free and provided exclusively by the government, you're going to pay a lot more in taxes. Only Bernie Sanders actually admitted on the debate stage that his plan would require more taxes. The rest either just avoid the question or they flat out lied about it. Well, let's see what it means for you. Okay, so when politicians talk about health care, they really mean health insurance. And unless the government owns all the hospitals, clinics, and doctor offices and hires all the doctors, the government will not be the provider, they'll just be the insurer. Now, granted, some politicians do want the government to provide all the care as well. That would eliminate any competition, it would destroy incentives for groundbreaking medical research and innovations, and it would leave you at the mercy of a government bureaucrat to make sure that you get care at all. And of course, someone in a government office has to define what care even means. Oh, it probably does mean that it would be there for some form of treatment of cancer, diabetes, major injuries, or a heart attack. But what about getting a knee or hip replacement or a life-saving kidney transplant? Maybe it would cover my recent surgery to have a melanoma removed from my nose, but I doubt it would cover the surgery to repair the wound and rebuild my nose. You see, it's easy to hate the insurance companies, and I'm sure not pretending that they're all about doing charity work. But insurance, may not know this, it's one of the most highly regulated businesses in America. And despite what you may think, an insurance company can't just charge what it wants. It has to get permission from a state insurance commission, and more often than not, those rate increases get denied. And when the increases are granted, it's because the insurance company is having to meet government requirements in order to have a cash reserve that'll give them a comfortable amount of money in the bank to cover potential claims. I hope I'm not just wearing you out, but I'm getting to a point here. When government forces the insurance company to promise unlimited coverage, no lifetime benefits, and to cover all pre-existing conditions, it becomes pretty much impossible for an insurance company to stay in business and cover anyone. Now, here's what it'd be like. It'd be like your auto insurance coverage providing full replacement for your car even after you totaled it. Call up your agent. Hey, I'd like to get insurance for my car. Okay, tell me about the make and model. Well, till I totaled it yesterday, it was... Doubt that works. Here's another one. What about buying replacement coverage fire insurance for your home the day after it burned to the ground? Now, look, I'm not saying we shouldn't find a way to take care of pre-existing conditions, because we should. But it's going to mean that some partnership has to happen between the private companies and the government subsidies. And I don't know if you've heard, but Democrats want the government to run it all. Republicans tend to want the private sector to run it all. I'll be honest with you, I don't think either approach is practical. I'm convinced that some hybrid model is the only realistic way. Here's how it'd work. People would continue to buy most of their health coverage in a competitive private market. But if someone incurred exceptional costs due to chronic illness, a major health setback, or a catastrophic disease, then there would be a government subsidy to pick up some of those costs. A patient would still have a copay, a deductible, a monthly premium, but it would be based on a sliding scale based on a person's income so that people still have some skin in the game. That way, no family would be completely wiped out because of a health crisis, which I don't think any of us think is okay. I'd like to see some real solutions surface, but for now, it appears that we're being promised that we can have an everything plan for a nothing cost or consequence. And that's just not honest. So when you hear a politician promising free health care, beware of the other things that he or she is promising you, or you might be waiting on the tooth fairy for a very long time.